Good evening. The channel you are watching this on was formerly known as Garbage Day Productions. It's now known as Garbage Day Films for reasons. If you know me at all on the internet, it's most likely on Discord, where I go under the name Vok. This is my basement. I sort of want to make videos right now, so I decided to make the first one a tour of this basement. Now, once we finish going down the stairs, we actually have two directions to turn here. We can turn that direction, which is in the main living area, or we can turn this direction, where there's a door that leads to mystery and intrigue. I'm going to go this way first. This is what I guess you would call a video game room. There's a couple consoles set up there. And a whole lot of posters that need to be hung up. Some magazines, some books. Might as well show them off. This is the video game room, although I do have a DVD player hooked up down there, which is a very old one that I used to have when I was younger. There used to be quite a lot more consoles hooked up here, but I guess I lost interest in the hobby of retro video gaming, so what I've basically got here is just a Wii for all the Wii games and GameCube games. I was going to pull out as a joke Simpsons Hit and Run, but I think that's in a different box somewhere. Actually, I have this. I got an N64. The N64 games aren't in here, they're on a different shelf. And this DVD player, which still works. And what else have we got here? Well, we got these two AT-ATs here. One is a newer one, and the other one is from the Power of the Force line. We got a crap ton of posters that still need to be hung up. A bunch of controllers, a soundbar, subwoofer, this television, which was only recently put down here. It used to be upstairs, but now it's down here. And the TV that was down here is now at the dump. Alright, now we've got a bunch of books over here. Excuse me if I'm slightly out of focus. I don't have anyone operating the camera, so I'm trying to focus this myself. But we got a bunch of books back here, and records. Books and records. Yeah, it's not exactly high literature here, because what we got here is a bunch of Doctor Who books. So we got literary classics such as Doctor Who and the 10th Planet, must have. Then we got, well, actual classics of modern science fiction, like lots of Douglas Adams here. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I've also got the rest of the series and pretty much the rest of his works. And we've got a bunch of records right here. The Hollies' Greatest Hits. Does it have the Air That I Breathe on here? Or is this before that came out? I don't know. I don't really care. Over here are movie soundtracks. We got, I think my most recent pickup for this is the Star is Born soundtrack, the Judy Garland version. And we got some of the Star Wars soundtracks. We got one of the best James Bond soundtracks by Bill Conti that scored a Rocky. Shit, that's not going in. And down here, we got 2 volumes of Assassination Classroom, the novelization of Moonraker next to the actual Moonraker, and the original novel book version of The Great Escape, of which the film is one of my all-time favorites. I'll get to the films in a moment, but we might as well start out down here. Down here, we've got a ton of magazines, mostly Doctor Who magazines, but my favorite thing I've got down here is this, which is an original program for the Castle Cagliostro, which is really dang neat. And that's one of my favorite animated films. Let's go to that side of the basement now. Right here, we got, I guess you would call it the start of the DVD collection, although this is technically the 3rd shelf. Am I on camera? Shit. Television and random shit I don't know where to put. And there's a Dr. No poster over here in Japanese. There's an Abbey Road poster over here, which you can't see anymore. Yeah, so you got all the television favorites up here, like Columbo. What else? I don't know, the Transformers. You all like that shit. Top Gear. God fucking damn it. Down here we've got a bunch of shit. For the most part, this is music related stuff. So you got more classics like Blue Hawaii with Elvis Presley and I don't know. I actually like this movie a lot, The Great Mouse Detective. Watch it, it's really good. What the hell else? Queen concerts, Best Picture winners, Natra movies, Footloose. Fuck this shelf, we're going on to this shelf. This, for the longest time, was the primary shelf. So I guess you would call it shelf number 1. It's now shelf number 2, and this top shelf is being used to store VHS tapes. Which you probably cannot see, but there's a Wallace and Gromit one back there. But yeah, we got science fiction and horror up here, comedy, thrillers, dramas, Criterion, and the start of the TV, which is down below frame, where you can't see it. Which is brilliant. And we got a poster for, and of course, the 2 best James Bond movies, The Man with the Golden Gun, and the best James Bond movie, Moonraker. It's great, great shit. I'm gonna go over here now. But this is shelf number 1. Which is for action movies, and it's the beginning of the science fiction movies. We've got some movies displayed up here. There's Godzilla over there, which I think he's from Final Wars. Got some VHS tapes, got some Lupin the Third, which is my current chemical addiction. Got Alien. Well, we don't just have Alien, we got the entire Alien trilogy on VHS, which is exactly the way you would want to watch it. What the hell else do we have? We got, I don't know. Got the original Gone in 60 Seconds. That's exciting. And, this just turned 100 years old recently. That's a good movie to boot. I don't want to sit on the floor anymore, so I'm going to go to a different shelf. So, this is the final shelf. Down there, we have a bunch of VHS tapes that I need to get rid of. Down there, we got an Amazon box, a board game, a TARDIS console, and above there, we got the Doctor Who collection. I've got most of the Jon Pertwee stories, and I'm still lacking for most of the other Doctors. Got the Yellow Submarine from the film Yellow Submarine. We got some James Bond VHS tapes, a collector's edition of Lawrence of Arabia, and on this side, more James Bond VHS tapes and a sonic screwdriver, and a thing from Pyramids of Mars, some Daleks, First Doctor, and Bosk from The Empire Strikes Back. Got some DVDs I need to get rid of. I got them all on Blu-ray, so I don't really need these. Some books, and the most exciting thing, which is Laserdiscs. This is a close-up of a couch right now, because I want to show you my favorite Laserdisc that I own. This is a Japanese Laserdisc for Hayao Miyazaki's first film, The Castle of Cagliostro, which is Lupin the Third film. It's one of my favorite animated films of all time. I love it. Even though this, of course, is only in Japanese without subtitles. But, it's still neat. This is a television. I'm going to assume you all have a television. This is a 3D one. It's only 1080p. It's got a soundbar hooked up to it, which is actually a surround soundbar. So we got a subwoofer with it, and some other speakers hooked up to it. And then we got all the essentials down here, all the shit you'd need for a modern television setup. Like a Laserdisc player. Yeah, that's exactly what you need. A Blu-ray player, which you can't see because it's too dark. A VCR, some GameCube controllers, and an unplugged Xbox. Also an Apple TV, and a switcher for AV cables. Okay, for most of that I seemed rather nervous or insecure, I think. Especially because I've never properly done anything like this. I've made like little short films in the past. But I've never tried to do an actual proper YouTube review. And I want to. Even if just for practice for filmmaking and stuff. And so I'm going to try and make a review of something, or make a retrospective of something. Kind of want to make one on an old Canadian sketch series I used to watch called That's So Weird. No, it seems like a fun idea. I just thought I needed some sort of introduction. And so I filmed myself rambling about crap in my basement. It's good content here.